The flashing cameras, the roaring crowd, the chaos of the airport suddenly shifted into a tense scene when an unexpected figure appeared from behind the line of bodyguards. His face was stern, his eyes sharp, his posture commanding enough to make people look twice. He wasn't just any bodyguard, nor was he an unfamiliar face in South Korea's entertainment industry. Yes, for the very first time, Lee Ju-song, the legendary and mysterious bodyguard, was caught on camera escorting Jimin at the airport. Now the burning question lingers in the air. What's really happening? Why did Lee Ju-song suddenly show up? Is this a sign that something big is happening behind the scenes? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss the hottest updates from the K-pop world and your favorite idols.
BTS is back. Feel the attack.
That morning at Incheon Airport's Terminal 2, the scene was as usual, crowded with devoted fans, waiting for their idols to either depart or return from secret schedules. But as soon as Jimin appeared in his effortlessly stylish loose white shirt, all eyes instantly locked on him. Fans screamed his name, phones lit up to capture his every step. Yet in the middle of all the frenzy, the spotlight quickly shifted to someone else. A tall, broad-shouldered man with shoulder-length hair, wearing a plain black shirt. It was Lee Ju-song. That name was not unfamiliar to long-time fans who had followed BTS from the early years. For years, he was known as one of the strongest protectors, even nicknamed the Invisible Wall for his fierce dedication. But in recent years, he had rarely been seen in public. His sudden appearance now, right behind him, was anything but ordinary. Fans shocked. Is this a sign of danger? The moment Dispatch's video clip spread, fans on social media exploded with reactions. Oh my god, that's Lee Ju-song, right? Why is he back? If he's stepping in, this must be serious. Could this be tied to Jimin's brand contracts or a new security threat? Curiosity only grew when fans noticed Jimin's subtle expressions, his lips pressed together now and then, almost as if holding something back. Fatigue, nerves, or perhaps a hidden signal only those close to him would understand. The special bond between Jimin and Lee Ju-song. What many don't realize is that Lee Ju-song isn't just a random bodyguard. He has long been whispered about as someone personally close to the members, especially Jimin. Old photos show how Ju-song was often by Jimin's side, protecting him not only from overly eager fans, but also from real dangers offstage. One unforgettable moment was when Jimin almost stumbled in the middle of a chaotic crowd, and Ju-song swiftly pulled him back, making sure he stayed on his feet. That was when fans nicknamed him the irreplaceable shadow. But after a few years, Ju-song disappeared from the public eye. That's why his comeback now feels like a ghost from the past suddenly stepping into the spotlight again. Wild speculations, secret agenda, or new threat. Is Ju-song's presence linked to Jimin's mysterious trip? Clues suggest Jimin may be heading for something important, possibly tied to a global brand like Dior or another major project. But with a bodyguard like Ju-song stepping in, the speculation grew even wilder. Is Jimin heading into billion-dollar contract negotiations? Is there an actual threat that forced HYBE to bring in a big name like Ju-song? Or is this simply a sign that something even bigger is being kept from the public eye? One thing is certain, no company would deploy someone like Lee Ju-song without a solid reason. Body language that speaks volumes. Looking closer at the photos circulating, Ju-song can be seen walking directly behind Jimin, his gaze locked straight on the crowd, his arms seemingly ready to block anyone who dared come too close. Meanwhile, Jimin, in his airy white shirt exposing part of his chest, looked calm yet subtly tense, his lips occasionally bitten. Was that a sign of worrying, or simply one of his small habits when nervous? Fans are divided. Some believe Jimin was hiding his unease, while others insist he felt secure knowing Ju-song was there. A big sign for Jimin's global career? As the news went viral, a theory emerged that Ju-song's presence was tied to Jimin's preparation for a huge, overseas journey, perhaps to Paris, New York, or London. If true, it could be linked to a high-end fashion deal, an international music project, or something entirely unimaginable to fans. Some netizens commented, if Lee Ju-song is there, this has to be serious. Jimin might be appearing at a global event with high risks. Or maybe this is HYBE's way of showing they're prioritizing Jimin's safety above all. As of this writing, HYBE has not issued any official statement, but that silence only adds to the tension. Fans are left to piece together every tiny detail: Jimin's expressions, his outfit, even Ju-song's unexpected presence, all as if they were secret clues to a larger mystery. Is it just coincidence? Or the beginning of something groundbreaking? One undeniable truth remains: Lee Ju-song's first public appearance in years, escorting Jimin at the airport, is a rare moment that will keep fans talking. But the questions are far from over. Is this a sign of a hidden danger? Is this part of Jimin's major global project strategy? Or is there a deeper, more personal connection between the two that has never been revealed? Is Dior involved in this secret trip? Not long after the airport chaos, whispers began to spread among insiders and fans alike. The timing of Jimin's departure, his effortlessly elegant white shirt, and the sudden deployment of a high-profile bodyguard like Lee Ju-song seemed far from coincidental. Many began connecting the dots. Could Dior be behind this? After all, Jimin has long been tied to the luxury brand, becoming not only its global ambassador, but also one of the most iconic faces representing Dior's vision of modern sophistication. Fans recalled his dazzling appearances at Paris Fashion Week, where his presence caused frenzied reactions from the media, celebrities, and even fashion moguls. Could it be that Dior had summoned him once again, perhaps for a private negotiation, a high-stakes campaign, or even a new global role that would elevate his status beyond the usual ambassador title? The thought alone sent shivers across army and fashion communities worldwide. If Jimin was indeed flying out under such heavy protection, it might mean that Dior or another luxury house was preparing to unveil something historic. What does it mean? For years, Jimin has traveled under tight security, but Lee Ju-song's sudden reappearance adds a different weight to the situation. Fans who have followed BTS closely know that Ju-song has been reserved for moments that require not just protection, but absolute assurance. He isn't someone who blends easily into the background. His very presence signals that something extraordinary or potentially dangerous is unfolding. This raises more questions. Could there be heightened threats due to Jimin's rising global influence? Was HYBE made aware of potential risks, forcing them to call on Ju-song again? Or is this simply a show of strength, meant to communicate to the world that Jimin is more valuable than ever before? The silence from official channels leaves everything hanging in mystery. Another element that fans couldn't ignore was Jimin himself. Despite his composed appearance, the subtle movements of his lips, his occasional downward gaze, and the slight tension in his shoulders were all dissected endlessly online. Fans speculated whether he was quietly burdened by the weight of his schedule, or whether he was fully aware of the storm of speculation his airport appearance would cause. One fan tweeted, "Jimin knows exactly what he's doing. That shirt, that calm face, it's like he's telling us there's more coming, but we have to wait." Another wrote, "The way Ju-song walked behind him, like a shadow, it gave me chills. It felt like Jimin was being protected from something we don't even know about yet." These emotional readings added another layer to the drama. It wasn't just about fashion or music anymore, it was about survival, secrecy, and trust. A possible global project. Industry insiders have hinted that Jimin may soon embark on something that transcends both music and fashion. Some whispered about a documentary project. Others spoke of a global charity collaboration, while a few even dared to suggest a Hollywood-level appearance. If any of these are true, the stakes would be massive, and the need for a trusted protector like Ju-song would make perfect sense. But again, nothing is certain. What is certain is that the fans' imaginations are running wild, and every theory seems both possible and impossible at once. Perhaps the most chilling detail of all is the symbolism of Lee Ju-song himself. For years, he was known as Jimin's shadow, the quiet yet unshakable figure who appeared only when absolutely necessary. Seeing him again at the airport, walking step for step behind Jimin, was like watching history repeat itself, except this time, the stakes feel higher, the air heavier, and the questions louder. Was this reunion planned, or did circumstances force it? Could Ju-song's presence be part of a larger comeback, not only for Jimin but for the tight-knit team that once shielded BTS during their most vulnerable years? As the hours passed and Jimin's flight disappeared into the skies, the mystery only deepened. No official word from HYBE, no explanation from Dior, no statement from Lee Ju-song, who never speaks to the press.